Hello guys, so just got the that Tevron Supreme today. I unboxed it, took it out of it, put the handlebars and put 50 psi on the tires. Just showing you guys the light, how it looks. And that's my klima. They're side by side. You can see a size comparison. Obviously the Supreme is more powerful and it weighs a little bit more. Oh yeah, and about the complaint that I had on the klima, the headlight, actually is pretty good. The only thing what I didn't know or just didn't think of doing was actually just the only thing I had to do was just twisting this thing up a little bit up instead of facing downwards. So it does illuminate pretty far out. So, but yeah, I'm curious to see how bright it is on the Tavron Supreme, how far out it'll illuminate that headlight lamp. And I try to mess with that what you call the RGB lighting app on my phone. But for some reason, I cannot get it connected to that app, even though I have my Bluetooth turned on, so I can control the different colors and the patterns, all of that. And I'll continue to try to mess with that, or I don't know when, to see if I can get that connected with my phone. But yeah, I was riding the scooter about 10 minutes ago, and it's fast as shit, like really fast. Um, And it has more torque than my klima. I think the peak power is like 900 something, and each motor on the Supreme is 4,000 watts. I think it can go up to 62 miles per hour, or maybe even more. Since I'm a lightweight rider, I weigh like 154 pounds, so I'm a short, skinny person. And the folding mechanism on this thing is actually better than the VSET 10 Plus, because it's quicker to fold it and unfold it. To be honest, the only thing you gotta do is I think you gotta squeeze this thing here or pull it up. See, you let that little thing go if you wanna clamp it back in, and you just push it in to hear that clicking sound. And has flat proof tires, which that's a good thing. Like all scooter manufacturers are start doing that, because some don't provide that on scooters. Like for example, on my klima, it didn't come with that. But if it gets punctured, I don't mind changing the tires. But I don't really like changing tires. It's annoying. I don't like it. It's time consuming, and it's a little difficult. But I know how to do it. But yeah, two fast little scooters. The Supreme has two charging ports. What I kind of don't understand is why there's one here and one on the other side. When wouldn't it be nice or better if it was maybe like two next to each other there? But I just don't get how they're apart from each other like that. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm just curious, you know. Kind of don't understand why they did it like that. And yeah, it came with the rubber nut caps. They're rubber, but I don't know if I'm gonna put frame sliders or not. Uh, I'm not really a fan of zone brakes. I hope these things are durable. The guy from Mini Motors, Cooper, he told me that he told me that they might be more superior than nut brakes, or it's just easier to bleed it when I have to. That's what he told me. So okay, so that's one of the reasons why I purchased the scooter, because he told me that. And the scooter is like, it's smooth. It's probably smooth like my klima. Has the adjustable suspension. That little knob right there. Just twist it if you want it bouncy or not, or stiff. The steering damper was already attached to it. Has 11-inch tires, and my Klima has 10-inch tires. So let's look side by side and see the deck size comparison real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll put them next to each other, and I'm gonna show you guys how big the Supreme is, deck is, and the Klima. You guys see? Let me try to push it a little bit. But one thing I noticed that you'd be surprised, but the Klima has a better horn sound than the Tevron Supreme. I'll show you real quick. Let me press onto the horn. Alright. Motorcycle grade horn. That's really good. But not so much when you have to press it that when you have a pedestrian in front of you on the sidewalk, because you don't want to scare them. And I'll show you the horn on the Supreme. It's not as loud as the Klima, but I'll show you real quick. See? I really don't care about the horn because I rarely use the horn. And let's see. That's the thing is a trigger throttle. I forgot what it's called. Finger throttle. I don't know, something like that. And I know obviously this is a thumb throttle. But whichever throttle really doesn't bother me. Oh, Tevron Supreme turned off. Automatically shuts off if nobody's using it or messing with the buttons. But yeah, I also purchased the fast charger to it. I think it's an 82 volt charger. I think it was like $150 from Mini Motors. So yeah, I still gotta mess with that lighting app to control the RGB lighting on the Tevron Supreme. Cause I like that. I want to see the patterns, how it looks. Yeah. What's cool about the Tevron Supreme, then the Klima, is the Tevron Supreme has turning indicators on the front, but the Klima doesn't have that on the front. It only has it on the back. The Klima. They both flash yellow, like same color. This is a really cool front fender. Like, I'm probably thinking of putting maybe like carbon fiber vinyl, because that would probably look cool over it. Or I'm not really exactly sure what I would put on this. I like the rubber deck. It has a rubber deck, and the Nami Klima has like a grip tape. I have to clean it a little bit. It's kind of dirty. I like where their charging port is on the klima compared to the Supreme, because the klima charging port is right here on top of it. It's like better, easier access to get to it than me having to crouch down furthermore and trying to pull this thing out. And then, see, it won't go back on its own the way like the klima did. See? Watch. See? This one just hangs, but I just have to push it in to do that. Close it in. And the stem is a little bit thicker than the klima. I think the handlebars are about the same height. Let me see. Are they? I don't know. Let me see. Let me stand them up next to each other. I think the klima is a bit taller. I think. Yep. Logan brakes and zoom brakes for the Supreme. They're beautiful scooters. I think I noticed that the Tavern Supreme, the width of the handlebar is a little bit more narrow than the Nami Klima. So yeah, you guys tell me what you think about both scooters or the Tavern Supreme. Do you guys want to also get one too, or what do you guys like about it, or is there anything that you guys want to tell me that I didn't know about, or whatever? Give me comments, likes, or subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. See you guys.